Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Henry the Young. Welcome back to another video. Today we are reacting to he's already the best player in the world. And by the thumbnail, I already know they're talking about Victor Wembanyama. And I'm excited for this one, Wemby's one of my favorite players. I've loved Wemby ever since he was about to enter the league. Yo, YouTube. Hey, as y'all can see, we are live on Twitch. If you want to go join the Twitch streams, you guys can go on my link in the description down below. Hey, but chat, we are about to witness greatness. See him talk about greatness. Hey man, I'm so proud of Wemby. I've been supporting him since I found out about him. I think right before he got drafted, like a few months before he got drafted. That year I found out about him. I was just like, yeah, this guy gonna be a legend, bro. Like he's doing just that, bro. I'm proud of him. I'm so happy. Definitely one of my favorite players. I want to see him become like one of the greatest of all time. Wet Bananas is actually nice. Braun type lie. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I can show y'all the receipts. I wouldn't lie. Nah, something like that. I wouldn't lie to y'all. You know what? Y'all think I'm lying? Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. He thinks I'm lying, chat. Hold on. I'm about to prove him wrong. They think I'm all lying. I love Wemby ever since. Once I found out about him, bro. Watch. They think I'm lying, bro. I gotta prove them wrong real quick, chat. Where do I go? Where do I go? I gotta prove these guys. I gotta prove them wrong, bro. Like, that's crazy, bro. They really doubted me, bro. Hold on. Where's it at? Chat, watch this. Watch me prove them all wrong. Oh, man. I gotta scroll. Hold on. Watch. I'm gonna go all the way back to 2023. And we're gonna see what they say. Let's go all the way back to 2023, bro. All the way back to 2023. You gotta keep scrolling, bro. It's gonna be a little minute. Cause hey, man, I don't like when people say something like that about me, bro. I gotta prove them wrong now. Gotta prove them wrong now. Hold on, where's it at, bro? Where's it at? We almost there. Where's it at, bro? That was a crazy diss, bro. I didn't like that, chat. I did not like that at all, man. Where's it at, chat? Where's it at? Bro, like, what? Look, he felt a little offended when you said that, bro. Gotta prove you wrong real quick. Where's it at? Chat, if I don't find it, I'm gay. Watch this. I'm gonna find that, John. I'm gonna find that, John. I'm gonna find that, John. Wait. I'm gonna find that, John. Where's it at? I think I'm around the area where it should be. Where is it at? Hey. Hey, hold on. Where is it? Did I post it when he got drafted? Ah, shoot. Where's it at? Oh, shoot. Hold on. Hold on, bro. Where is it at? I'm messing up my whole video just to try and prove y'all wrong, man. I'm messing up my whole... Yeah, just give up the lie. But nah, I genuinely been messing with... Ooh. This is cool. I like this one. I'll take this one, chat. Look at this. This is all the way back in 2023. Why I do that? All the way back in 2023. Posted one of Wemby's pictures. As y'all can see, 2023. Told y'all. I've been a fan of Wemby since 2023. Y'all can see it right here. This is 2023. Told y'all. This is good proof. That's good proof right there. That's good proof right there. Damn, they put me all the way back to the front. But hey, I'm going to take that as a dub. Alright, let's get back to the video. I took way too long. Alright. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody up in here. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Without further ado, let's get it.
LeBron James all the way up to number 2 on your all-time list? I have him at 9.
Look at me, I'm a Spurs fan. My team is perfectly run and well-respected. My franchise player's a 9'7" French alien with high emotional intelligence.
The NBA Finals are here, which means we've got some hot takes to look at today. Playoff edition. The good ones, the bad ones, and the downright atrocious.
Let's see. Oh yeah, you better give an ad. You better give an ad. I already know you better give an ad. I'm just so smart. I watched him enough to notice.
After 6 weeks of NBA playoff basketball, we are now down to just 2 teams. And while Knicks and Spurs fans get to enjoy the exhilarating experience of watching their team fight for an NBA title, the rest of us have been relegated to watch from the sidelines as we spew out hot takes about teams we couldn't beat. And today, we're going to take a look at some of these takes. Starting with this one that comes from a fan who asks, is Wemby the quickest someone has ever climbed to arguably number 1 in the league? Wemby's in year 3. Neither LeBron or MJ ascended to number 1 so quickly. And this is interesting because there's 2 parts to this take. The first part is that Wemby is arguably the best player in the world. And the second is that no one else has been the best player in the world by the end of their 3rd season. Both of those statements a bit subjective. I think it's definitely fair to say that Victor Wembanyama is arguably the best player in the world right now. If it's not him, then it's Jokic or Shea. And regardless of who you pick, there's no wrong answer. But the key word here is arguably. So has any other player in NBA history climbed to be arguably the best player in the league by year 3? And the answer is yeah. Will Chamberlain won a league MVP.
Does that even count for real, bro? Come on, man. Come on, bro.
As a rookie. By the end of Kareem's 3rd season, he led the league in scoring twice, had 2 MVPs,
that counts.
a finals MVP, and was definitively the best player in the NBA. Larry Bird was the runner-up in MVP voting in his 2nd and 3rd seasons in the league and was arguably the best player in the league. And of course, there's Michael Jordan, who, despite not having the hardware as tangible proof, was generally regarded as one of, if not the best player in the world by the end of his 3rd season in '87. Now, looking into more recent NBA history, there's Shaquille O'Neal, who was arguably the best player in the league by '95, neck and neck with David Robinson and Hakeem Olajuwon. Although Shaq held the crown by 2000, in Tim Duncan's 3rd season, he was in conversations as the best player in the league after leading the Spurs to a championship in just his 2nd season. Another prodigy with an underrated early career is Kevin Durant, who was regarded as virtually the only player who could go toe-to-toe with a prime LeBron by his 3rd season in the league in 2010. He finished 2nd in MVP voting, and although he wasn't the best player in the world, he was next in line by his 3rd season. And then there's Derrick Rose, who wasn't regarded as the best player in the world by the end of year 3, but he did get an award, a small consolation prize for his efforts. And of course, there's year 3 LeBron, who ascended in the 2000s with a crowd.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Nah, he's right about all of these. I was like, what? At first, when he said well, I was like, come on, bro. That don't even count for it. I was like, when the NBA was first starting. But, like, once he showed all this other stuff, you know what? It is what it is, bro. It counts. It counts.
Out of all-time greats. By the end of his 3rd season, there wasn't a definitive best player in the world. Between Dirk, Kobe, Nash, Duncan, the conversation was pretty open for interpretation. But there's no denying he was certainly in it, finishing 2nd in MVP voting in his 3rd season in the league. The moral of this story being that throughout modern NBA history, even amongst the greatest players of all time, there probably hasn't been a single player that was the consensus number 1 player in the world by the end of year 3. Wemby falls in the same category as LeBron and Shaq and Jordan and Bird, making a very strong case as arguably the best player in the league. I wouldn't say he's definitively the best player in the world, but I'd say being in the same sentence as those guys is a good consolation. Now, this next take comes from a fan who says you could replace Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 30 different players, and the Thunder still win the title. And if this isn't evidence that SGA has the worst PR of any superstar of his era, I don't know what is. 30 players?
30?
You know what the Thunder's record is this season, including the playoffs with Shai? 65-13. You know their record without him? 8-6. 84% win percentage with Shai 57% win percentage without him. The Thunder's record.
He said this take is ass. I mean, yeah, it low-key is. I feel like, I feel like a lot of players could replace Shea. I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of players could, if I'm being honest.
Record over the last 3 seasons with Shea, 204 and 56. 78% win percentage. Their record without Shea, 15 and 12. A mediocre 56% win percentage without Shea Gilgeous-Alexander over the last 3 seasons.
Who can replace Shea right here, right now? Replace him. I feel like Cade could. Cade definitely, like, he's a point guard, you know. If y'all seen the way he was playing in these playoffs, bro, he was hooping. Ain't gonna lie, bro. He's getting buckets. Ain't gonna lie, he helped bring the Pistons out of a 3-1 lead. You said hell nah? Yeah, I feel that. But Luka, yeah, definitely Luka. I was thinking either Cade or Luka. I think Luka can. You say can't replace him, they wouldn't do bad with him. But Shea is so much better. I mean, yeah. I see that, yeah. I feel like Luka, though. Luka would be a close one. But then again, I mean, Luka, he does, like, basically the same things as Shea, though, if I'm being honest. And he scores more. So I ain't gonna lie, I feel like Luka could replace Shea.
For perspective, from 2016 through 2018, when the Warriors had the league in a chokehold, Golden State's record with Steph Curry was 215 and 44. Their record without him was 30 and 19.
Luka plays less D. Yeah, that's facts. That's the only thing. Because even though, yeah, Luka does play less D. But, like, yeah, if we're being honest, because, like, even Shea, like, he knows how to play something. He plays a little better defense than Luka.
A gap that is identical to the Thunder with and without Shea. Because it turns out, not only do great successful players have great impact, but they usually have great teams built around their unique skill set and talent. Time and time again, we penalize players for being a part of a good team. Fans minimize Steph because of how good the Warriors were. They downplayed LeBron in Miami because of how good the Heat were. And you can't bring up Jordan without someone mentioning how great the team around him was. But all of the true all-time greats had great teams around them. If social media existed in the 90s, all you would ever hear about is how stacked the Bulls are and the unfair advantage MJ has. Steph had the most lethal team in the history of basketball behind him. Bird and Magic played with rotations.
And who did LeBron have? Exactly. I mean, yeah, like, even, like, the Heat, bro. The Heat was only good for, like, a solid, like, 2.5 years, bro, and then after that, everybody started having injury problems, and LeBron had to get up out of there, bro. Like, LeBron never had, like, a real, like, solid team for, like, more than, like, they could really, like, thrive on, chat.
Filled exclusively with Hall of Famers. This is just the way it goes. And the irony of all of it is that in many cases, the perceived caliber of the team as a whole can often be the result of the guy leading the charge. Great players make their teammates look better. You'll often hear the hypothetical of swapping player X with player Y and which team would perform better with their new star. For example, swap.
In what world are you betting money on Luka over Shea right now? Yeah, ain't gonna lie. Yeah, Shea got it. Shea got it for right now. I just feel like Luka, like, he's a better scorer, though. You said, whoa, Bron Heat had Wade and Bosh. That's what I was trying to say. The thing is, though, about Bron on Heat, when he was on the Heat, though, after, like what y'all, I don't know if y'all, like, really know about it, but, like, Wade and Bosh were having, like, injury problems. They were getting old, like, during, like, LeBron's, like, last few years. So LeBron had to, like, leave. That was, like, one of the other reasons why he left, to go back to Cleveland. And then even when he was on the Cavs, it was still bad because I remember the 2015 playoffs, or 2015 finals, his two best players, Love and Kyrie, were both injured. They're both injured those whole finals. So he was basically carrying the team by himself. 2016, everybody was healthy. 2017, everybody was good. And then 2018, he had nobody. That was like, nobody was, and Love was ass. Kyrie wasn't there. He had left. But yeah, bro. I mean, obviously, yeah, he did have Wade and Bosh on the Heat, but like, they weren't as good. Lakers, he had Davis, now Luka. Love was not ass. I'm talking about 2018. 2018 Love. 2018, that was like, because like LeBron was basically carrying the team on his own, bro. Love wasn't really doing nothing, bro. And then the Lakers, when he had AD, when AD was healthy, yeah. That's when you could say the team was actually good. When AD was healthy, the team was good, bro. But when AD wasn't, because like a lot of the times, bro, after like that first year, bro, AD just started like, I don't know what the hell happened to him, bro. And then Luka, hey man, I just need to see Luka get back to like where he needs to be, bro. He keeps dealing with all these injuries, man. Can we talk about fucking 2026 Holmgren? Holmgren is just, I don't know. Chet Holmgren gang. Yo, Holmgren gang. Yo. He hooping like Ben Simmons, chat. 4 points in like 40 minutes is crazy, chat. That's insane, bro. He gotta go to hoop in Shanghai right now, chat. That's where he belongs.
Jokic with SGA and the Thunder still win a championship, but the Nuggets would be in the play-in or something like that. But that's not how basketball works. Good teams are built with intention. They are built with specificity. Shai is a great player. So is Luka Doncic. But Shai cannot do what Luka does. And Luka can't do what Shai does.
Okay, there's our answer. There's our answer, chat. There's our answer. There's our answer that I was talking about between me and K4J. They can't really do the same exact things, though.
Same goes for Ant or Brunson. Great players, completely different skill sets. Great rosters are like a recipe. You need the right amount of the right ingredients to make it work. Change one ingredient and you risk screwing up the entire dish. In fact, we've already seen what happens when talent is viewed as some perfectly transferable property. In the super team era, where organizations had this exact mentality. Teams were slapped together with no intention, no design, no cohesion, just stacking up as much talent as possible for the sake of it. And it almost never worked out. Regardless of what you think of Shai's game, he is a very unique and very crucial ingredient to a recipe that has been perfected over the last half-decade. And there are not 30 players who could fill his shoes and lead OKC to a title. This take is absurd. Now, this next take comes from a fan who says there has never been a more difficult time to win an NBA championship than right now.
Facts! This is a great take. Now, this is the best take so far, chat. That is a fact. Because there is no reason why nobody in the 2020s has won 2 championships, bro. Like, literally every single year it's a new champion in the 2020s era. Like, this is like a 100% fact.
And I completely agree. After the Warriors ran the table on the NBA last decade, the entire meta of professional basketball shifted. Teams have gotten smarter, they've gotten deeper, and although talent will always prevail, the path to winning a ring in today's NBA requires far more than just talent to get it done. This is now the 8th season in a row that a different team will be crowned champions, the longest stretch of unique championship teams in NBA history. In fact, there have been 14 unique teams in the finals over the last 8 years. That is half the NBA. We are now creeping up on an entire era of absolute parity in the NBA. And this is in complete opposition of what we saw in previous eras. Whether it was the Celtics and Lakers winning 8 of the 10 championships in the 80s, the Bulls going 6 for 10 in the 90s, the Spurs and Lakers combining for 7 rings in the 2000s, or the Warriors winning 4 in 8 seasons. Dynasties and perpetual winning have been a staple in the NBA for decades. But due to multiple factors, such as advanced analytics giving teams the insight to optimize their rosters and game plans, teams prioritizing depth more than ever before, the rise of rotation-level players and their impact on a night-to-night basis, and the league itself enacting new rules to actively fight against teams building dynasty-worthy rosters. Not only is it more challenging to win a championship now than ever before, It's more equitable. No longer do you have to have the best player on the court to win a series. No longer can you pair up a couple of mega talents and run through a conference. The 10th man off the bench can be just as pivotal in today's game as your second option. The natural evolution of the game has slowly leveled the playing field for teams.
You said, bro, the Warriors were the last back-to-back championship. Facts, bro. That's crazy. Like, I don't know when's the next time we'll see a back-to-back champion. Like, I don't know what's been going on with the NBA. It's just crazy. Hey, man, like, chat, what do y'all think will be the next dynasty? Y'all think, you said over 5 years ago? Damn, that's crazy. The last time they won a championship was 8 years ago, chat. Damn, that was the last back-to-back champion. Chat, do y'all think we'll see another dynasty? And which team do y'all think will be the next dynasty? Do y'all think it will be either the Spurs, the Thunder? Who do y'all think will be the next dynasty? The Knicks?
Is competing for a title, and this
Timberwolves?
Gap between top-end teams now leaves the margin for error small enough that truly anything can happen. We still see glimpses of all-world caliber players willing their teams to victories, but those moments have now become a rarity. Before this era of parity, LeBron James was able to will his way to 8 straight finals appearances off of sheer ability and determination. This does not happen in today's NBA. A great bench is no longer a bonus, it is a necessity. A great coach is no longer an edge, it's a requirement. Right when you think one team has separated themselves.
You said not the Knicks. Yeah, the Knicks, I don't know. I don't think they'll be back in the finals after this year. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know, chat.
From the pack as a potential dynasty candidate, the league adjusts faster than it ever did before to counter their strengths. The basketball scale has and will always tilt in the favor of talent. One thing that remains true is that winning a championship means being in possession of one of, if not the best player in the world. But it's everything else. Depth, fit, cohesion, chemistry, schemes, rotations that has leveled the playing field and can now tilt the scale just as much. This is a great take. And our last take comes from a fan who says the regular season has become all but irrelevant, and the playoffs are the only thing that actually matters, both in terms of discourse and legacy. And I could not agree more with this take. In the past, the playoffs were just a ramped up version of the regular season. Tougher defense, tendencies exaggerated, more intense matchups. The consequences of the playoffs were held to a similar regard. What a player did in the postseason mattered the most, but what they did in the regular season still mattered quite a bit. But now more than ever, the postseason has become completely disconnected from the regular season. The playoffs don't just feel more intense. At times, it actually feels like we're watching a completely different sport. And this is what happens when the regular season is comprised of some teams resting players, other teams using the regular season as one long testing ground in preparation for the playoffs, and the rest of the teams literally trying to lose as many games as possible. It has become evident that many organizations do not take the regular season seriously whatsoever. And in return, many fans are now choosing not to take it seriously either. You won the league's most prestigious award, the MVP. Well, why should I care? It doesn't even look like you do. You average 25 a night? Yeah, well, a quarter of the league isn't even trying to win games. If all you
said a bunch of... You said, bro, Knicks played Hawks, Sixers, and Cavs. A bunch of chumps. Yeah, I wish the Knicks would have had to play like the Celtics or something, but the Celtics, you know, weren't where they needed to be this season, you know. Because ain't gonna lie, Tatum wasn't really that healthy, so I feel like the Knicks still would have beat the Celtics. But, you know, it would have, like, the Celtics aren't, like, at the place where they should be. Like, you know, Tatum isn't at full health, and Jaylen Brown has to carry. Spurs played one chump, the Blazers. Then they played Wolves and Thunder. Yeah, facts. Spurs, you know, they had, like, really tough comp, if I'm being honest. But, yeah, man, I think Spurs definitely going to put some BTA this finals tomorrow, chat.
You guys care about is the playoffs, then all we're going to care about is the playoffs. And now here we are at the point where a 6-game series can hold more weight than an entire season of basketball. Legacies, reputations, the entire merits of a player's game are now decided strictly off of the playoffs. Tracy McGrady was...
Bro, one thing I don't like, you said we can all agree, Cat not doing shit in the finals. Yeah, Cat gonna be on some BS, chat. I'm already knowing. It's gonna take him a little while for him to lock in this finals. I feel like he's gonna lock in by the time they get back to the New York. I don't know, bro. He not gonna be on that. But yeah, chat. It's gonna be. I just don't like how like the NBA is now. When somebody wins the MVP, they just like chill with it. Like they just, I don't know, they just chill. It is what it is. That's why I don't really like mess with Jokic like that. Cause he just, I don't know, his personality. Obviously, that's just his personality. That's the way he is, bro. But like you said, Brunson and Hart gonna carry facts. Bro, like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Jokic, bro, I just don't like that personality, in my personal opinion, chat. It just, like, when he be acting like that, I just be like, bro, what? That's why I love Wemby so much. He's so passionate about winning, bro. Like, same with Shea, bro. This dude, he don't even care that much. Like, I don't know. They be trying to act nonchalant and all that. I don't like that.
He's a fantastic player.
Like, show some pride. Show some happiness.
He is rightfully remembered as such. Tracy McGrady never made it out of the first round. These days, if you win an MVP, but you don't back it up as the best player throughout the entire playoffs, you are instantly a fraud.
Said Wemby deserve it. Facts, bro. Definitely.
Steve Nash won back-to-back MVPs and never made it to the finals. Dominique Wilkins is a legend, a staple of 80s basketball. He also never made it to the conference finals once in his entire career. Meanwhile, I just watched Jalen Duren wash away fan support, 70 games of awesome basketball, and a max contract in just 3 weeks of bad playoff basketball. I just watched arguably the most impactful regular season of all time get dismissed because of one bad round in the playoffs. I heard someone say Joel Embiid, former league MVP, 4th highest scoring average in NBA history, one of the most talented bigs of all time, is not a Hall of Famer because of his lack of playoff success.
What?
Do I think this new standard being imposed on players today is unfair? Yeah, I really do. Not everyone's gonna win a championship. But do I also think the players and teams have done this to themselves? Yeah. The symptom of teams coasting their way through the regular season without any real sense of urgency is that we as fans now know the real test of a player's game, actually the only true test of their game and their abilities, is in the playoffs, which inherently makes the regular season and everything that happens in it a lot less important, and everything that happens in the postseason, even if it's a 4-game sample size, the only thing that matters. And although I really wish this wasn't the current state of the league and its discourse, I agree with this take. But let me know what you think. Share your hot takes in the comments below. And as always, the hotter, the better.
Facts. There was some great takes in here. There was some bad takes. I like them all, chat. This was a great video. I can't lie. Hey, man. How'd y'all feel about this? Did y'all feel like what he was saying was right? Did y'all feel like what he was saying was wrong? I feel like he has some great takes in there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the NBA's changing a lot, man. You know, I miss the way it used to be, but hey, these are most was good takes, facts. But hey, man, it is what it is, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I had a whole lot of fun watching this. If y'all made it all the way to the end, I really appreciate y'all. It's been HenryTheYoungin. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'm signing out. Peace!